And so now we'll go ahead and get started with our class. Take up as much space as you'd like. You can splay your legs and arms open. Let your toes just straight open to the sides. And then maybe flip your palms face down. You feel the need to ground down a little bit more. And then with your eyes closed, take some time just to feel. I don't want to talk too much about what's going on because it's already so evident. But when I think of a word that really encapsulates this moment, it's uncertainty, unknown. And that implies that we're really focused on the future. And when we project into the future, that tends to create anxiety in the body, which is counterproductive. Take this time here on our mats to remain present in the here and now. So just taking time to feel the body and allow sensation to take over all of your mental space. So feeling the support of the earth beneath you, the heaviness of your body on the ground, finding comfort in the fact that with as much force as you exert downwards on the earth, it supports you with equal magnitude, lifting you upwards. Begin to tune into the sensation of the air on your skin. And then really start to tune into the flow of your breath in and out of your body. And notice the subtle sensations that your breath creates. So feeling expansive as you inhale, feel lightness in the body, and then contrast those sensations with your exhalation, heaviness, groundedness, complete disengagement and relaxation. So tuning in from the top of the head all the way to your toes, just allowing your body to be a bit more soft. So relaxing through your brow, softening through your jaw, separating your teeth. And allow that to travel down towards your shoulders. Just allow them to relax down the back. And simultaneously feel the heart open as the collarbones broaden up to the ceiling. And soften through your fingertips, your glutes, your hips, all the way down your legs to your toes. And then now tune into your breath even more. Allow your breath to be the thread that anchors you to the present moment and connects your mind, your body, and your heart. So we'll all meet together with an exhale. So go ahead and breathe out entirely. Push out stale air that remains in your lungs. So just adding a bit of exertion. And then take a nice slow inhale through your nose. So as you breathe in, really feel the air pass through your nostrils, down your windpipe, filling up your chest. And then open your mouth, exhale, just sigh it out, let it go. Reminder that each exhale is an opportunity for you to release. We'll do that twice more all together. Slow breath in, fill up. Maybe start to notice the floating ribs lift to the sky. And then open your mouth, exhale, sigh out. Allow your body to sink deeper into the floor. Last one together like this. Take a big inhale. Make this your fullest inhale so far. And then pause at the top. See if you can sip in a bit more air. And then open your mouth. Most complete exhale. Release and let go. The bottom of that exhale, seal your lips. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And if Ujjayi Pranayama is in your practice, I really encourage you to engage that now, just to add a little bit extra heat. So if you're unfamiliar, you can practice it now. You're gonna press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, slightly constrict the swallowing muscles at the back of the throat, and then create an audible exhale. It should sound just like waves crashing on the shore, like you want to fog up a pane of glass in front of your nose. And then I encourage you to maintain the style of breath throughout class. And start to bring some gentle life back into your body, movement through the wrists, through the ankles. And then take your time, move with intention. On your next breath in, go ahead and outstretch your arms overhead. Maybe zip the legs together and take a nice morning stretch. So again, maybe feel the mid-back lift off of the floor. And then on your breath out, one at a time, draw your knees into your chest. So you can have a loose grip of your knees. Maybe paint some circles with them or rock side to side. If you have this space, you can really cradle your legs in closer. Maybe wrap your forearms around your shins. Keep the back of the head heavy on the floor to begin. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. So again, any movement that feels natural. And then we'll take a breath in, feel the belly press into the thighs, feel that compression. And then on your breath out, we'll find our bridge. Go ahead and soften the feet to the floor, stacking ankles under knees, feet hip width distance, toes pointing straight forward. Arms down by your sides, you should be able to graze the backs of the heels with the fingertips. We're gonna move with our breath on our next inhale, press into the heels, lift the hips. Gradually feel the mid-back and upper back lift off of the floor, apply more pressure through the shoulders. Take another sip of air in, lift higher, and then on your exhale with just as much control, slowly lower back down. We'll do that twice more. Take a breath in, lift up through the hips, maybe tuck the pelvis under, scooping the hip bones closer towards the rib cage, and then exhale, lower back down. Again, articulating the spine, one vertebra at a time. Last one, breath in, lift up, and then exhale, lower down. You're gonna keep your left foot glued where it's at. Next inhale, begin to draw the right knee into the chest, interlace the fingers around the shin. And then you can stay still, just breathing into the compression that you feel, avoiding putting pressure on the rib cage. Instead, bring your leg closer towards the armpit. And then maybe find movement, windshield wipe the shin. We'll take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then next breath in, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. You can interlace the fingers around the hamstring to begin. Push the foot up to the floor or up to the ceiling like you want a foot. And start to slide the hands up the leg. If you have space, and take a breath in, straighten up through the heel, firm up through the quad, and then on your breath out, start to pull the leg in closer towards the body. So inhale, you're gonna take up space, straighten the leg. Exhale, move into that space, pull the leg in closer. One more breath like this. Try to keep your elbows close to the body, breathing in, straightening, breathing out, drawing in closer. And then gently release at the bottom of your exhale. We'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh for a figure four shape. Flex the foot to protect the right knee joint. Take a breath in. Feel free to stay here. On your breath out, you can thread your right arm in the window between the legs, interlacing fingers around the hamstring or around the shin. If this is too much, you can keep the left foot on the floor and just encourage the right knee to point away from you, feeling that stretch through the right outer hip. And take a big breath in here. On your breath out, pull the leg in closer. One more inhale and exhale. Gently release the left foot to the floor. We'll start to cross the right thigh over the left. Maybe cactus your arms or bring them out to a T if you have space. Squeeze the inner thighs, feel compression in between, and then on your breath out, drop the knees to your left, maybe head to the right. Feel free to rest the left hand on top of the right thigh. Maybe even encourage the hip to push away from the body, feeling more length throughout the spine. Take a breath in, open up the chest towards the ceiling, and then on your breath out, surrender to gravity. Just allow the knees to fall closer towards the floor. And then on your next inhale, begin to unwind. Allow your sit bones to ground. Uncross the legs, draw the right knee back into the chest. Moment of gratitude, thank you very much. Exhale, release it down. And we'll swap sides. So right foot is glued to the mat. Inhale, interlace the fingers around the left shin and pull the knee in tight. So again, avoid putting pressure on the rib cage. You want to bring the leg just alongside. And then feel free to find some movement, side to side, back and forth. Really feel that pinching sensation, breathe into it. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then on your next breath in, extend the legs straight up in the air, interlace the fingers around the hamstring. Want to flex the foot? Again, think about your footprint on the ceiling, breathe in. And then on your breath out, start to slide the hands up the leg. And maybe that's not comfortable, you can stay where you're at and just focus on finding extension through the leg. So pushing up through the heel, firming up through the quad. Otherwise, moving with your breath, pulling the leg in closer with each exhale. So progressively finding a deeper expression of this shape. Again, tuning into the sensations your breath creates, stay here. And then release. At the bottom of your next breath out, we'll find a figure four shape. So crossing the ankle over the right thigh. Flex the foot, encourage the knee to push away. And then you can stay here, or you can thread your arms through, interlacing the fingers around the hamstring or the shin. And then you can stay where you're at, maybe find a gentle rock, or again, move with your breath. Inhale here, encourage the knee to point away. Exhale, pull the leg in closer, nice and tight. So feeling that deep stretch, the outer right left hip, take a breath in. One more breath out. Bottom of your exhale, release the right foot to the floor. Cross the left thigh over the right. Cactus the arms as you drop your knees. The right hand on top of the knee, or more actively press the left hip away from you. Feel that stretch of the spine. Continue to press your shoulder blades into the nice and tight. And then on your breath out, start to find a little bit of momentum. So just rock and roll the length of your spine a few times. And then we'll meet in a seat. So just sitting cross-legged on the floor, ankles under your knees. And then you can place your palms face down on top of the knees, again, in a mudra to ground down. Maybe roll your shoulders down your back, feel your posture. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And feel the outer seams of the body lengthen. On your exhale, interlace the fingers, flip the palms skyward. Breathe in, lengthen even more. And then on your breath out, you're gonna bring your hands to the back of the head. Open the elbows nice and wide, maybe massage the back of the neck with the thumbs. And then we're gonna move with our breath. The next inhale, begin to lift the chest, slightly arch the back as you drop your head behind you. Lift your gaze, stretch the throat, and then on your exhale, contract. So you're gonna round here, draw the elbows together, tuck your chin to your chest, feel that stretch of the back of the neck. Moving with your inhale, push down through your sit bones, start to blossom open to the sky. And then exhale, round forward. Contract, pull the navel in and up. Inhale, push down through your sit bones, lift up. Continue to press your knees downward. And then exhale, round down. Next inhale, we'll come back to neutral. Release the hands, you're gonna interlace the fingers behind the back. Press the palms together, send the knuckles straight back, pinch the shoulder blades, squeeze your triceps. On your exhale, you're gonna bring the hands to the right side waist. Point the right elbow directly out to the side. Take a breath in, open up through your chest. Exhale, turn your head to your right. So like you feel some pressure on the left cheek. See if you can really tune in and become a bit more aware of your peripheral vision. So looking to what's just beyond the right shoulder. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, you're gonna drop the right ear to the right shoulder. So now we're stretching the left side of the neck. Continue to depress the left shoulder blade downwards. And take one more inhale. Breathe into wherever it feels sticky in the sheath of the neck muscle. And then on your exhale, you can start to roll your head forward and downward. Tucking chin to chest and then reach the arms behind you. Breathe in, puff up, lift your gaze. And then on your breath out, we'll bring the hands to the left side waist, point the elbow directly to your side. Inhale, open up through collarbones. Exhale, bring your gaze to your left. So looking beyond the left shoulder, Imagine feeling some pressure along the right cheek. Take a breath in. On your breath out, again, really tune in to your peripheral vision. Take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, we'll start to drop the left ear to the left shoulder, really stretching through the entire right side of the neck, breathing into any sticky spots. So with each inhale, we want to tune in to where we feel resistance and tension in the body. And then with each exhale, allow that awareness to slowly let that tension dissipate. Begin to round the chin down towards the chest, extend the arms straight back, breathe in, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Mudras is next. We'll lead with the heart, hinge from the hips, and then bow forward. So this is going to look different on everybody, and that's okay. Do your best to keep your palms together. Draw your shoulder blades pinching like you have a pencil between them, and then engage your triceps just to lengthen the arms. Stay here for one more cycle of breath in. Exhale, go deeper in your hinge. Really feel the belly, sandwich on the thighs, on the legs, and then inhale, lift up, push down through your sit bones. Release your hands, and then we'll make our way to our tabletop position. So any way it's comfortable for you, we'll start to spread the fingers nice and wide underneath the shoulders. Stack the knees underneath the hips, and then press the tops of the feet to the floor as well. And take a breath in, begin to drop the belly to the floor, lift the gaze up in your cow. We're gonna pause here and hold for a few breaths. So staying for your exhale, energetically pull the hands back towards the knees. And then on your breath in, guide the heart forward from in between the shoulder blades. On your next exhale, we'll start to round into our cat. And again, we're gonna hold for a few rounds of breath. So pushing the hips forward, tucking the pelvis under, hooking the navel in and up, and then really focus on pushing the floor away. Maybe feel it even more on your inhale, lifting the spine from in between the shoulder blades. Stay for your exhale. Feel that constriction through the throat. And then next breath in, drop the belly, round into your cow. Now we're moving with our breath, exhale to your cat. So feel free to take any organic movement. So rolling around through the ribs, the head and neck, maybe hips back and forward, just whatever feels good. Keep your eyes closed and then just tune into your body. So again, tuning into areas where you might feel resistance and tension and tightness. And then allowing your breath to massage out those knots of tension. So coloring outside of the lines as you move. We'll take about 2 more rounds. So progressively finding deeper expressions of these shapes, really honoring your body and where it's at this evening. And then on your next breath in, we'll meet at a neutral spine in our tabletop. And then start to walk your hands forward to puppy pose. So extending your arms forward while keeping your hips stacked over the knees. That way your thigh bones are perpendicular to the floor. And then melt your chest into the ground. So maybe chin and chest touch. If that's not accessible, forehead can rest on the floor. And then start to tune into your lower half of the body. So there's a lot you can feel in the upper half. We're gonna take a moment just to tune into that lower half. So pressing downwards to the tops of the feet, pushing downwards through your knees, and then almost away from one another, like you wanna rip your mat in half lengthwise. Now tune into the upper body. Maybe start to creep your hands further forward. Take a breath in, feel the the shoulder blades start to spread apart. On your breath out, engage your lats, start to slide your shoulder blades down your back. And then on your next inhale, just walk your hands in a touch. We're gonna transition to Sphinx. So soften your forearms to the floor, running parallel to one another, and then melt your hips to the ground. And then press your fingertips into the floor as well. And then on your inhale, start to pull your elbows back towards your hips. Draw the shoulder blades together, lift up through the chest, maybe lift your chin beyond parallel to the floor. Press the tops of the feet into the ground, firm up through the quads, lift the kneecaps to hover. Breathe in, maybe lift up through palms if seal is comfortable. And then exhale, lower down. From here, we'll go ahead and bring the hands underneath the elbows, about a 90-degree bend. So this is super important that we find this alignment Take a breath in. We're gonna move with our breath twice more. Push down through your hips. Inhale, lift up. Tops of the feet stay on the floor. Exhale, ripple back down. Last one, breathe in, maybe find more lift. And then on your exhale, soften down, tuck your toes, use your triceps to press up to hands and knees. And then exhale to down dog, lift your hips up and back. So this is our first down dog. Feel free to pedal out your feet as much as you need to, just to open up through the back side of the body. So we spent quite a bit of time opening up through the chest and shoulders, the neck. Now giving a little bit more love and attention to your hamstrings, your calves. And then we'll go through our alignment here. So again, fingers are spread wide. I want you to grip into your fingertips, push down through your knuckles, and then especially through the heels of the palms. Feel the arms lengthen. And then as the arms lengthen, just notice you're relieving any tension from the wrists. So creating more space in those joints. And then allow that energy to travel all the way up to your tailbone, tilt it high. And then on your exhale, sink the heels low. Even if they don't touch the floor, just sending the energy downwards. You can close your eyes and then really feel the imprint of your hands and feet on the floor. Feel the energy of the earth beneath you. Take a breath in, bend your knees, look forward. On your breath out, slowly start to walk your feet to the top of the mat, maybe heel to toe. Make your way to your forward fold. We'll start off in ragdoll, so bending your knees as much as you need to release the tension from the hamstrings, and then just feel that stretch through the low back. Feel free to scoop up opposite elbows and sway side to side. Maybe stay still and just feel that decompression through your spine. As you breathe in, lift your tailbone up higher. As you breathe out, fold a little bit deeper. Hinging from the hips, allowing the torso to slide down the legs, top of the head closer towards the floor. Beautiful. We'll stay here for one more cycle of breath in. Maybe start to encourage the shoulder blades to slide up towards the hips. And then on your breath out, release your arms heavy. Micro bend in the knees. Take your time as you round up. Just feel the joints stack. Arms heavy like they're full of lead. And then once you come up to standing, we'll find Tadasana, mountain pose. So roll your shoulders down the back if you'd like. Arms down by your sides, palms face forward. So finding a nice balance between intensity and surrender. So pushing down through the bottoms of the feet, lifting the inner arches like you're suction cupping your feet to the floor. Allow that energy to travel up your legs to your quads, so tense up, tilt the pelvis under, pull the navel in and up, and then relaxation through the upper half, so shoulders glide down the back, arms just hang heavy. Next breath in, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center, Samastitihi, close your eyes. And then maybe feel your heartbeat into your thumbs. And just take this time to create an intention for the rest of your practice, your evening. Just set the tone, whether it's a mantra that you'd like to repeat to yourself. And I encourage you to set the intention of just staying present with each breath. Just making each breath fully conscious and deep. If there's any other intentions you'd like to set, go ahead and do that now. We'll take a breath in, breathe in your intention, and then open your mouth, exhale, to share that energy. We'll do that twice more together. Breathe in through your nose. Open your mouth, breathe out. Let it go. One more time, big inhale. Even bigger exhale. Beautiful breath. Next inhale, sweep your arms back up overhead. And then on your exhale, maybe micro bend the knees as you hinge from the hips and fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Find a flat back, torso parallel to the floor. Push the tailbone behind you, crown of the head forwards. And then exhale, plant your palms, step your feet behind you, high plank. So we'll go through the modification of our Chaturanga Dandasana just to begin. Drop to your knees. Inhale your shoulders past your wrists. On your exhale, you're lower down just halfway. Arms hugging close to your sides, 90-degree bend, so shoulders not beneath the elbows, it's just in line. Breathe in, pull the chest through for your back bend. So cobra with your legs on the floor, up dog with your legs engaged and lifted. Exhale, engage your core as you transition to down dog, pulling the navel in and up and gripping through fingertips to protect the wrists.
Take a big breath in and breath out. So we'll flow through our sun A twice more. Inhale, bend the knees, maybe look forward. Exhale, walk or step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So moving with the breath to create heat. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Maybe lift up out of the waist and bend backwards if that's comfortable. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back. So you can modify and drop to knees, or you can flow with your legs lifted, lowering halfways, pulling the chest through, and then careful in your transition. Again, grip your fingertips as you lift the hips high. Breath in, and breath out. Last round, inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, really lengthen. Beautiful. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale, take up space, sweep your arms overhead. Again, maybe lift up out of the waist and bend backwards. Beautiful. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So now it's one long breath out as you step back into your plank and lower. Breathe into your back bend. Feel the collarbones broaden. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Exhale, transition with core control. Take a big breath in. On your next breath out, soften down to your knees. Maybe come to a seat. If you'd like to sink back to child's pose, feel free to take a breather. We're only going to be here for about 3 more breaths. So just taking this moment to ground down your energy, reconnect with your breath, and just recalibrate with your intention. We'll take one more breath in. Maybe sigh your breath out. And let's make our way to tabletop. So go ahead and start to bring your hands back under shoulders, back nice and flat. On your next breath in, extend your right leg straight back behind you. So all 5 toes point straight towards the floor. We want the leg parallel to the ground. And then energy through that heel, firm up through the glute and through the quad. Stay here, or if you'd like to go deeper, extend your left arm forward. So finding some balance here, keeping your eyes on a fixed point in the floor in front of you, and then energetically pulling your right hand to the left knee. Take a breath in, maybe lift the hand and foot a bit higher. And then on your breath out, listen here, you're gonna bend the knee about 90 degrees and see if you can grab hold of the foot. Maybe draw the heel into the glute, if that feels nice, through the quad, and then kick the foot away, peel the chest open. Push the floor weight through that right hand so you're not dumping any weight here. Take a breath in, lift up higher. On your breath out, you're gonna keep the right leg elevated, release the left hand to the floor. Pivot on that left knee, maybe tuck the toes under. We're gonna open up to our modified side plank. So again, right leg is parallel to the floor. I want you to push the hips forward, that way the hips are stacked. Left arm reaches straight up. Inhale here, really feel the right fingertips sprout upwards. On your exhale, extend your right arm forward, bicep by the ear. We're gonna warm up the core, start to draw the right knee to touch the right knee and right elbow touch at center, and then inhale, open up. Exhale, contract, pull in, actively draw your navel to your spine, open up as you inhale. Next one, as you exhale, contract, hold. Try to keep the connection between the knee and elbow. Listen here, you're gonna step the right foot to the top of your mat for your lunge. Left hand stays on the floor. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, runner's lunge. You can keep the left knee on the ground. You can lift it up. Take a breath in. So you're rooting down through the left palm, sprouting up through the right fingertips. And then on your breath out, release the right hand to the floor. Gentle bend in that left knee. Step the foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, upward salute. Reach your arms up high. Again, maybe lift up out of the waist. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Listen here on your exhale, plant your palms. I want you to just step the right leg back. Soften the right knee to the floor. Scissor the thighs together. Inhale, sweep the arms up, low lunge. So back toes can be tucked. I prefer this because I have a lot of inflammation in my knee. Otherwise, you can press the toes into the mat. Inhale, lengthen up, maybe guide the hips forward. And then on your breath out, release the left hand to the waist, reach the right arm back up, and then side bend to your left. Notice if the right shoulder rolls forward, draw it down and back, shoulders are stacked. Scissor the thighs for stability. Breathe in. On your breath out, go ahead and circle the right arm to the ground to frame the foot. Both hands come to the floor. Next inhale, sweep the left leg straight back. So we're moving straight to the other side. All 5 toes point towards the floor. Contract through the glute to the quad. Stay here or extend that right arm forward. Bicep by the ear. Engage your core. Stay stable. Inhale, lift the hand and foot. Exhale, bend that left knee, grab hold of the foot. And then start to pull the knee, or rather heel in towards the glute, and then lift the knee as you kick the foot away. Peel the chest open. Big inhale and exhale. Go ahead and keep that leg lifted. Release the right hand to the floor. Pivot on the knee. We're gonna open up to our modified side plank. So feel the lines of energy here. So you feel that left heel pull back, leg lengthen. You feel the right palm rooted, left arm reach up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to extend your arm towards the front of your mat. Breathe in. Next breath out, draw the elbow and knee to touch center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. One more time. Inhale, extend, push to that heel. Exhale, contract and hold. Step that foot to the front of your mat. And pivot on that right knee. Right palm stays planted. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Runner's lunge. Maybe lift that back leg. And then on your next breath out, go ahead and release the hand down. Bend the knee. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Maybe lift up out of the waist. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold even deeper. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms. And then this time, you're gonna go ahead and step your left leg back. Soften the knee down, toes tucked or not your choice. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under. Feel that deep stretch of the hip flexor travel down the quad. Take one more breath in. On your next breath out, release the right hand to the hip. Inhale, lift up through the left arm. And then exhale, side bend to your right. Again, notice if the shoulder blade rolls forward, draw it back. Scissor the thighs together, breathe in, maybe lift your gaze. Breath out, circle that left arm to the ground, hands frame the foot. So we already have that back knee on the floor. On your next inhale, you're gonna lift that back knee and then sweep the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. So nice and strong in your three-legged dog. You want your hips and shoulders level to the floor. Gaze back towards the right heel, right toes, right knee. Take a breath in. And then on your breath out, pull the right knee to the nose and step the foot between the hands. Gentle bend in that knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. We'll find our high lunge. And then start to extend the heel back, straighten the leg, orient the hips forward. Take a big breath in. On your breath out, listen here. You'll begin to sweep the right arm back, hinge forward about 45 degrees. Keep the left arm extended forward. Breathe in, stay strong, grip down through your right big toe. And then our transition will be to warrior two from here. Sink that back heel, blossom open. So now you're opening up to your left side. Your hips are stable and oriented to the left. Back leg is strong, equal weight distribution between both feet. So you're firming up through that back quad and then creating a shelf with the front. Flip the right palm, inhale, reverse warrior. So maintain your lunge, just stretching through that right side body. You can rest the left arm on the leg or maybe to the small of the back. And then on your next inhale, straighten that front leg, reverse triangle. Keep the pelvis tucked under, really firm up through that left glute. Bring your arms parallel to the ground as you exhale. Extend the right fingertips beyond the toes. And then tick-tock to 6 and 12. Maybe lift your gaze up towards the left thumb. Take a breath in, really lift upwards through the left fingertips. Breath outwards, plug the shoulder blade down and back towards the spine. Begin to look to the top of the mat, breathe in. On your breath out, I want you to circle the left arm to the floor for wide-legged forward fold. So hands come to the left side of your mat. You can pivot the feet either pigeon-toed or parallel. soften heavy. So as you're heavy in this shape, you can just find a relaxing and passive stretch, decompression through the spine, just arms heavy. Or you can be a bit more active. You can scoop up your heels, clasp onto your ankles, actively pull your torso in between the legs. Weight a little bit forward to the toes, just so the hips stay in line with the heels. And then again, heavy through the upper body, fold deeper, top of the head, inching closer to the floor. Take one more breath here. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat to frame the right foot. Hands are planted, bend your knees slightly. Inhale, sweep the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then feel free to flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana on one leg. Otherwise, you can omit altogether and just release the right foot to the floor. Or something in between. We'll take 2 breaths before moving on to the other side. So big inhale, really gather up that energy. Open your mouth, exhale, just let it go. One more time, big breath in. Maybe open your mouth, exhale, release some heat. And then we'll move on to the left side. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. So when you're pushing back to the heel, really similar to when we were in our tabletop. Squeezing through the glute, through the quad, pulling the bones, or the muscle rather, into the bones. And then we get to draw the knee to the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Scissor the thighs together. You can maintain a micro bend in that back knee. Inhale, rise up. Maybe re-extend, orient the hips forward. So left hip back, right hip in front of you. Stay stable. Squeeze the thighs together. Breathe in, and breathe out. And take another inhale and exhale. Begin to hinge forward from the torso. Sweep that left arm behind you. Reach your right arm forward. Take a breath in. And then on your breath out, drop the right heel to the floor, blossom open to your warrior 2. So plugging the shoulder blades together, stacking that left knee over the ankle, and then pressing the knee to track over the second and third toe. Engage that back leg, flip the left palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Maintain your stance. I should be able to sit on top of your leg, nice stable seat, and then feel that stretch to the left side body. Next inhale, begin to straighten that front leg. Reorient the hips, tuck them under, and then extend your arms parallel. Breathe in, left fingertips reach beyond the toes. Once you found that edge, tick-tock to 6 and 12, lift your gaze up towards the right hand. Plug the shoulder blade down and back, take a breath in, broaden through your chest. Stay for your breath out, re-engage to the left oblique, so strong. Next, inhale, gaze to the floor. Exhale, go ahead and windmill the right hand to the floor. Transition to your wide-legged forward fold. So placing your hands on the outside of the right edge of your mat, dialing the feet either parallel or pigeon-toed, pushing firmly through the outer blades of your feet. And again, active or passive through the upper body, it's your choice. See if you can soften through your face. So sometimes we hold on to tension in areas of the body that we don't really even know about, or we're not fully conscious of. For me, that's my jaw. I tend to clench onto it, even in a yoga class. So relax through your jaw. Separate your teeth, unfurl your brow, and just allow your body to be heavy. Relax your traps. Just surrender to the force of gravity here, creating space in the spine for one more breath. Begin to release your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, maybe halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat to frame the left foot. Go ahead and bend the knees for your transition, and then sweep the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. So I did the demo with my leg lifted last time. You can flow through that if you're ready now as you breathe out. Otherwise, you can settle the foot to the floor and continue to flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe again, forego altogether. We'll meet in our down dog. How we're doing on time? All right, we have time for one more standing flow, and then we'll start to wind things down. So this will be a quick one. take a breath in. Go ahead and bend your knees, look forward. On your exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Squeeze the knees and thighs together firmly. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. So sinking low into your invisible seat, make sure you can see all 10 toes, maybe lift them up and then fan them back to the floor. Weight is in the heels, squeeze the legs tightly. Inhale, tuck the pelvis, broaden through arms. On your exhale, fold deeply, straighten the legs. Just feel that blood rush back down to the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And this will be fun. Next inhale, you're gonna lift the left knee. Bring it about parallel to the floor, that thigh. Take a breath in. On your breath out, with control, see if you can step the leg to the back of your mat and rise up to your high lunge. Beautiful. Breath in here, lengthen. Breath out, begin to open up to your right side. So arms parallel to the floor, feel the right fingertips pull back, left fingertips pull forward, stay centered. Inhale. On your exhale, release the left palm to the floor for your runner's lunge. So you can stay here if you're a bit more beginner, you're feeling tired, maybe even drop to that back knee. To progress, we'll find our revolved half moon. So place the left hand further in front of you. Push down to that right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg parallel to the ground. Flex the foot, hips are level. You can balance a book on your low back. Breathe in here. And then on your breath out, we're gonna do a Shiva squat. You're gonna draw the left knee to the back of the right calf. Soften the toes, keep them tucked under. This is a little bit funky. If you take my classes regularly, you know. You're gonna come to a seat on your left heel. Squeeze the thighs together for support. Maybe keep your hands on the floor. Otherwise, if you're feeling balanced, hands in prayer, twist to your right. What? You got this. Grip through your toes. Take a breath in. Breathe out, release. Don't worry, we'll all meet you guys holding your runner's lunge. So go ahead and slide that left leg back. Inhale the arm up. Exhale, release the right hand to the floor. Step the left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Squeeze the legs together. Reach the arms up. Tuck the pelvis under. Pull the navel in and up. Big breath in. Breath out. Release your arms to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to standing. Once you found your grounding, again, suction cup the foot to the floor. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, slowly, controlled, step it back. Inhale, lift up to your lunge. Scissor the thighs together. Exhale, twist to your left. So bringing your left arm back behind you, right arm forward, arms parallel to the floor. Really feel the tug, the polarity in opposite directions with equal force and intensity. Breathe in, open up the heart. Breathe out, begin to release the hand to the floor. Again, stay in your twist, maybe drop to your knee and hold. So many benefits. If you'd like to progress, go ahead and place the right hand further in front of you. Lift up to your revolved half moon. So straightening that front leg, lifting the kneecap, firming up through the glutes, pushing the heel behind you. Breathe in. And then from here, if you'd like to try it out again, start to draw the right knee behind the left calf. Stay lifted on the toes, heel is elevated. So you're finding the seated twist in your squat. Find your balance. Woo. Hands in prayer. We're human. This is yoga. If you come out of it, you can always get right back into it. No big deal. So twisting to your left, breathe in. Breathe out, release. Woo. Step that leg back. We're all meeting in the same place. Inhale. Exhale, release the left hand down. Step the left foot behind you. Final Chaturanga Dandasana if you'd like to take it. Otherwise, push back to down dog. We'll all meet in the same place. And let's take a breath in together. Open your mouth, breathe out. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. You can walk or gently step forward to your Malasana squat. So you're gonna step your feet just outside of the mat. And then stay low, so you want your hips about in between the heels. Press your elbows into the insides of the knees and then plug your thumbs back to your chest. So maybe feeling that heartbeat again, reconnecting with your intention. Take a breath in. And then on your breath out, release your hands to the floor. Push through your heels, lift the hips up, and then just pivot on the heels so your feet are parallel. We'll find gorilla pose next, so our deepest decompression through the low back. So great to counteract all that sitting. Go ahead and slide your hands underneath your feet. You can bend your knees if you need to do this. Wiggle your toes against your wrists and massage them out. And then we're gonna start to find a bit more activity. So with equal intensity, lifting the palms towards the face and stepping down through the feet. Start to bow your elbows out to the sides. Slide your belly down your legs. You can keep your gaze down in between the feet or maybe towards the wall behind you. Take a breath in, lift the hips higher, maybe work towards straightening the legs. And then exhale, release. One at a time. And start to squat back down low, and then we'll make our way to a seat. Legs extended in front of us. How are we feeling? So good. Awesome. So we're gonna finish off with deer pose, which has been one of my favorite variations of pigeon. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate it for you guys. We'll start with our right leg forward. So you're gonna bring your right shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. And then you're gonna bring the left leg to the side. So the left femur, thigh bone, is also parallel. Think about a windmill, so kind of like that shape. I want you to flex the feet, press the knees down. Feel the left thigh internally rotate, right thigh externally rotate. You can bring your hands to frame that right thigh now. Breathe in, lift up, and then breathe out. You can walk your hands forward, hinge from your hips, and just rest your upper body on top of that right thigh. If that's uncomfortable, feel free to stay upright and just focus on pressing down through the knees. So oftentimes our knees want to lift. Just focus on applying that pressure downwards so that you can feel it through the hips. Feet stay flexed to protect the knees, especially if you have any history of knee injuries like I do. And we'll take one more big inhale. So feel the belly press into that right thigh. Feel that compression. Stay for your breath out, sink deeper. And then inhale, slowly start to lift yourself back up. From here, we'll go ahead and slide that left leg forward for a single leg forward fold. So you can draw the right heel in closer or keep it extended. Make sure that both sit bones are pressing evenly to the floor. Shoulders over hips, breathe in, sweep your arms overhead. Breathe out, rotate towards that left leg, and then hinge from your hips. So really focus on extending forward and then hinging downward. If you can comfortably hold on to the foot, you can apply a bit more energy through the biceps, maybe lifting that heel to elevate. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can bend the knee just to shorten the distance between upper body and foot. Still actively pulling your chest through, trying to keep your head more or less in line with the spine. If you feel good hunching over, you can round, but just be conscious and be intentional with the shape that you're in. So again, noticing how your inhale feels in your body, how the exhale feels all throughout, even emotionally, mentally, just freeing up space. And then on your next inhale, push your sit bones, lift yourself back up. Then release your hands down. We'll swap sides. So now left shin is parallel to short edge, along with the right thigh. Again, windshield wipe, or not windshield wipe, windmill shape with the legs, 90-degree bend. Feel that internal rotation out through the right hip, external through the left. Take a breath in, lift up through the chest, and then on your breath out, hinge forward, resting your upper body on that left thigh. Creating a pillow, maybe for your forehead with the back of the hands. And just grounding down through knees. So sometimes when the body is tired, the mind will look for things to hold on to. So just see if you can become a little bit more aware of those repetitive stories or thoughts that your mind drifts to. And then see if you can release your attachment to those thoughts, those stories. And then just watch the space that you create. not just mentally, but physically, as you stay a bit more present. And again, know that each exhale is an opportunity for you to release. And all it takes is just one conscious breath in and out. So we'll do that once more here in the shape. Breathe in, breathe out. Next inhale, slowly start to lift yourself back up. We'll slide on that left hip and extend that right leg forward. So sole of the foot is in. Take a breath in, sweep your arms overhead, lengthen through the outer seams of the body, rotate your body to face the right leg, and then hinge forward. So maintaining that elongation through the spine as you reach for the foot. Bending the knee as you might need to, keeping it extended long, whatever's comfortable for you. And so just breathing into the sensations that you feel in this stretch. Maybe that left knee wants to lift. See if you can encourage it down. Feel the connection between the back side of the right leg and the floor. Notice if you're tensing up to through your traps, glide the shoulder blades down the back. And settle for your last breath out. And then on your next inhale, lift up, reach your arms overhead. And then exhale, release your hands down. We're gonna extend both legs forward. Little different, I want you to separate your feet mat width distance. Maybe remove the flesh from your sit bones. Scoot the booty back and then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with the heart, and then grab onto both feet with either hand. And then again, you can stay passive or a bit more active, engage your biceps, pull your chest through and find your deepest forward fold so far. So really feeling that stretch the entirety of the spine, rotating the tailbone downward, grounding hamstrings, calves, maybe lifting the heels up if you're feeling really stretchy and strong. Take one more breath in. Sink deeper on your breath out. And then really disengage. Just relax through the hands. Just let them fall to the floor alongside the legs. Keeping the chin tucked into the chest, slowly start to round all the way back down to the ground, just where we began our practice. So head softens back, walk the shoulder blades closer together. Relax the feet, and just allow your hands to fall anywhere that it's comfortable. This time, palms face up to receive. So you have some time to find any other shapes that feel comfortable in your body. Maybe a twist or a back bend or inversion. But if stillness in Shavasana is what you're craving now, then go ahead and sink into it. And just again, feeling the connection between the backside of your body and the floor. Maybe feeling a bit less resistance through the body. Energy flowing with more ease, more freely. Noticing the rhythm of your breath a bit more acutely. The natural rise and fall of your belly. And then here is the most important part of your practice. After all that movement is where we really get to integrate the mind, the body, and the heart with the breath. And so I'd like to finish by reading a portion of Inward by Young Pueblo. With self-love, we have the determination and courage to move deeply inward, using honesty as our guide. This inward movement transforms our being, dramatically enhancing our awareness of who we are, our understanding of the universe, and our capabilities as individuals. A beautiful result of this process is that our new sense of compassion toward ourselves does not end with us. It blossoms and flows outward into the lives of others and has a capacity, if consistently cultivated, to encompass all beings. This growing compassion becomes a centerpiece, an active component of a love that knows no limits.
Unconditional love for ourselves and others completely respects our sovereignty as individuals and honors our power by no longer allowing ourselves to be harmed by anyone. This limitless love also gives us new grace and clarity that helps us see ourselves in all other beings and better understand where they're coming from. It gives us the strength to treat all with kindness and support all in living lives in which they're no longer harmed. Unconditional love can bring balance to our world. The clarity it produces can help us better understand the roots of harm and work to eliminate them so that all have the external freedom needed to work on their own internal liberation. The greed and reactiveness that cause harm can be replaced with love as the primary motivator, and responses of kindness as our principal form of action to create the shift in our world. Many will have to heal themselves deeply by doing their inner work, releasing burdens within themselves and creating enough space so that their own self-love can breathe deeply and expand into unconditional love. As more expand into this field of greater egolessness, the world will shift with us and will be significantly relieved of the greed that sits at the center of the imbalance we currently experience. Our love as a humanity does not need to be perfectly unconditional to change the world. Every time our collective love grows, it creates a better future. So thank you guys so much for having the courage to take the time to let go. I hope you feel a bit more grounded, a bit more connected, more spacious, more receptive to the love in our communities and our hearts as we unite. And from the bottom of my heart is an extension of your own namaste. Thank you guys so much. Take care and have a beautiful night.